Hi my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. It is Christmas all year. That's today and Tidy Up Tuesday because I've always got stuff to tidy. And so we're going to look at a few things today. Fun. So we're going to do Christmas all year. Wendy Shepherd, my good buddy, she wrote this book and we did this quilt together. And then Wendy thought it would be really fun to do once a month some of the blocks and put them into a sampler. This sampler right here, which is so darn cute. And we have done several of the blocks. You can see them back there, the star, all the letters, and now we're going on to the figgy pudding and one of these blocks right here from this quilt. Now, I don't know if you realize this, but Wendy named every quilt in here after a Christmas song that she sang as a little girl. Isn't that sweet? It's so sweet. So that's what the book is all about. Well, it's all about Christmas. And so let's go ahead and take a look at my fabric for the two blocks. Give us some figgy pudding. Do you have that running in your head now? Can you sing it? So there is one adjustment for size. Wendy has it on her correction page, and it's the only other one that was found. So it's a little bit smaller. G is a little bit smaller than what's in the book. And then here's the whole quilt of figgy puddings. So darling, so darling. So for me, I need to decide on the red. And lo and behold, she actually made this quilt with the same fabric line that I'm using. Isn't that crazy? I just noticed that. There might be a few other pieces in there, but it's primarily, no, that big floral, I don't have that big floral, so that was something else. But yeah, that's something else, but the plaid. So anyways, the reds. So I have a collection of reds, and I think most of them would work. And the thing is, for this quilt, there are not a lot of big pieces. This is probably one that can showcase a bigger piece. And so I've got the reds that are a little bit more burgundy on this side, and whoops, there we go, more burgundy and more red. So I think I'm going to go to it with a more burgundy. And I could do one of the image-based ones. But you know, that wasn't speaking to me. Wasn't speaking to me to have a figgy pudding with trees on it or angels. So that left the plaid. And here we go. So here it is with the plaid. And I think that turned out so cute. And I love that this line has black in it. And you can see from Wendy's that she also used the black for the base of the figgy pudding. So, you know, it's really nice. I really like having the black added in here. So while we're here, the tree is scrappy. So there you go. The tree is scrappy, and I, used a bunch of the different colors, but kept black in here. Wanted to make sure there was black in here. You're only doing one. Versus when we did the whole quilt as a sew-along, when the book first came out, this is the quilt that we did as a sew-along, where you made many of these. But it's really fun to go through the scraps and little pieces, and you could even grab some that are not part of maybe the fabric line you're using to use them up if you wanted, because I think that just lends itself very well. So this is the second block. I'm going to put them both up on the wall with the other quilts, and we'll switch cameras and take a look at them. And there you can see everything in its position. Now, I don't know, I think I can sew the figgy pudding to the joy. There might be no, I think they're the same size. So I have to check that. I can sew those two together, but we still have other parts to get other rows. When you look at the pattern, the sampler pattern, you'll see there's a bunch of smaller blocks here, a bunch of smaller blocks here. There's some little tiny stars that go under there. There's gingerbread people. And remember, this is a block a month, which is basically a section a month or pieces a month. So like this month we're doing 2 blocks. But yeah, isn't that awesome? I'm loving this so much. Christmas all year. It is just fun to get into the Christmas spirit once a month and pull this out, do the project blocks, and then go back to summer till next month. I just love how they turned out. They are so darling, and the whole quilt is coming together. There you can see it, but you saw it straight on. And I will put a picture of the blocks over at the project page as well. But I thought I would get out the whole quilt that we did first when we sewed together. So here is my version, and it is, oh, it's a favorite. It's a new favorite. It is a new favorite. I just love that tree inside the star. And I had this really great binding fabric for it. So there we go. There's mine. And I had it out at Christmas last year, and will go out again this year. I also used my light green Harmony wide back for it. And here's the binding that I had. Isn't that cool? Oh, so fun to have that. All right, so I have a few other things, and then we'll get some organizing. First, I did a little order, and this jumped in my cart. Look how cute this is. This is a panel. So right here, if you want to make it just a little bigger, like for a wall hanging, you could just put a little border around the outside. You could make it into many things if you wanted to. You could actually buy a couple of these panels for like a bed quilt, and you could set them asymmetrical, or you could do 4 of them as a bed quilt. But isn't it fabulous? So fabulous. There's a link in the description box to the fabric line and the panel. So if you want to get one, I'm sure they're not going to last long, but it is so darling. I think I'm going to go very simple, and maybe put just a little border around it, and then have it go to the spa and get quilted so that I can just have it to enjoy. It would also be cute if you were doing a quilt and put it on the back. Okay, so like you could have backing fabric above and below the flag and have it centered in the middle for a patriotic quilt. Wouldn't that be cool? There's something like a lap quilt, and then the front is like some other design, and you put the flag on the back. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Okay, so I just had to share that with you because I gotta get it quilted. I gotta send nothing fancy, just have the flag. I think that would be the best. That would be the best plan for that. Okay, I had a couple things come in the mail, so let me just show you those because they're so sweet, so sweet. Okay, so this is from Angela in New York. There we go. We can get cozy. Angela in New York. She sent me such a pretty card. So pretty. And then with that, she sent me this gorgeous tree fabric. Look at that. I have not seen that fabric. You know, there are so many different fabrics out there, but I love these kind of, I call them novelty prints, but they're fabrics with image-based fabrics. I love them. Okay, so this is cool. She sent me a floss organizer set. I have seen these, but I never had one. So thank you. This is amazing. So there's a little ring, and then there's plastic bags that you can put the floss in for the project, and that should help with like small pieces and stuff like that. So they're all together, and you know, and tidy. Nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Angela. And then this came from just down the street. Not exactly, but this is from Deb, and she's in a town, maybe an hour or so away from me. So she sent a card and she sent some yummy Starbucks. Here, she sent me a couple. It's a couple of Starbucks, and then some goodies. So, you know what's so fun is that you all send me things that you find that remind you of me, and it is just so darn sweet. There, sweet. Look at that, the donuts. Oh my goodness, donuts. And Peeps for my coffee. I should be able to have Peeps in my coffee until Christmas. This like so cute. She found some just stinking cute socks with the little Peeps on them. Look at that in the egg. Oh my goodness. Some gummies. These are really nice gummies too. Several of you have sent them, and they're so good. Those ones are so good. Some York peppermints. It says shareable. Who shares these? Who shares these? I want to know. They're not shareable. Are they joking? And then she found Mars bars, real Mars bars, which are, I think, now made in Canada or something and imported. But yeah, so good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah, mwah. Okay, all right. We are going to talk, here, just one sec. I got to get something else. So for Tidy It Tuesday, the other day, you've probably seen these in some of the Facebook groups, these tiny little tool chests. They're very small. They come in a bunch of colors and they're at Lowe's. I don't know that they actually sell them anywhere else. They're not on Amazon, so I can't link you. You just have to go to your store because the Lowe's online doesn't even have them, or they didn't last time I checked. But I got a white one and a pink one. And so let me just show you the pink one. And I'm not filling them today, but these are on my list. People have done all kinds of cute things with them, lining them, putting in maybe like an English paper piecing project. I'm thinking about putting one on the counter over there and one on this back side, and that'll be for another day. But I just wanted to show you because I drank the Kool-Aid and had to go and get some. They're very neat. They're tiny. They're very small. They don't hold a whole lot. They're very small. But I really like them because they're cool. They're different. They're cool. Okay, something else I worked on. Let's go. So for a long time, I've had this Longaberger basket here. And so it's red, 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 pretty red, but there's one brown basket. And I do have some other, they're under here. And one of the things is just storage. And of course, these are more pliable, so they bend a little bit more. The baskets don't. So what I have to do is see if that big basket will fit in there so that I can switch it. And there's actually two sizes of these baskets. So the smaller one leaves a lot of room, but I think I need to use the bigger one. Plus all of that will fit better in this big basket. This is teal fabrics. Okay, let me switch it and see. Okay, it does. It fits down there, which it's very tight, because these baskets, they're just not as efficient for going side by side because they've got the handle units on each side, so that takes up like 1/4 of an inch. I mean, and it's quite a bit, so I have to sort of jiggle a little bit to get them all in here. But it actually works. Okay, so I can take, this is a drawing room fabric, so that can come out, and I'll switch the baskets. Well, I'm not sure why it has taken me so long to look there and see the wood basket and think I could switch it out for the red and white one. Why does it take so long? Anyways, we are done with the drawing room fabric, so I need to get it all out of here. And there's smaller pieces like this that I will just put to the side. Just put all the smaller pieces, put the bigger pieces up here. And I know these go into the other room, because on the shelf in the other room is all of my fabric lines. And so I don't need, I need to, they have to be like more or less folded like this. And these were pieces cut off so that I could do this sew along and have smaller chunks, so I didn't have to have all these big chunks to work with. And then I also have some pieces of the wide back, put that under there. So, okay. So I'm going to do this, and then what will happen is I am going to get that turquoise, and it's all going to go into here, and it will look marvelous, don't you think? It'll look marvelous. It'll have more room. That's the biggest part, is that other wooden basket. The red and white. Here it is. This one, it is chock-a-full. Look at that. Look at that. Look how it is overflowing. It is not easy to find anything because it's too full. Okay, so this all will go into my dining room where all that storage is. And so I'm going to push that over there. This is smaller pieces, which go somewhere else. Okay, so I've got this. Now, what I normally do when I'm at this point where I have a bin that I'm looking in, which has got a lot of stuff, and maybe I have gone through all of my bins fairly recently, but there's probably stuff in here that can be offloaded to the charity groups, and I don't need to keep it anymore. And so that's one of the things I'm doing when I'm going through here. Plus, if I've jammed it in, it's not as tidy, and if they're kind of just restacked, they actually take up less space, because they're now tidy and you don't have something maybe jammed or shoved down in the bottom. Yes, that happens to all of us, doesn't it? You're looking around and like some small piece got jammed under the bottom of everything, so you don't even know you own it anymore. Yeah, that. Okay, so I am going to just do a little bit of this. I'll do a little bit and I will talk to you about it. So some of these were gifts, which are just wonderful. Some are basics. Oh my goodness, I can't even pull these out. So I'm just going to kind of pile them, just make them tidier. I think this is just going to be marvelous. And then what is going to go in this red basket? That is going to be that Halloween project I showed you yesterday. That guy is going to go in here, like some of the stuff, like when I was doing the horse quilt, and I still have quite a big piece of this and I love it. So I'm going to keep it for a while because I really like the novelties. This is one of my much older fabric lines from another manufacturer I worked with. Here is a piece like of Tilda that one of our friends sent me. And then some dog fabric also sent by one of our friends. And I just heard that Lizzie House, who designed this, she is now going to be working with Moda and is coming out with this, it's called Pearl Bracelets, coming out with this pearl bracelet design again with Moda. So that is very cool. This is a piece that I've had a really long time. For those of you who must know the name, which I know some of you must know the name, it was a Moda line called Farm Fresh by Gingerbread. It was a while back, but the chickens are so gorgeous and there's a pretty big chunk, so I keep thinking it would be a cute border, or at best I can put it on the back. My bananas, which is a Tula Pink. Here's some gnomes that I'm sure were sent as a gift. This is one I've had for a long time, the coral. And yeah, just different things like this. Here's some the coffee cups. I did a project with that. And I just keep the big, I keep this because, you know, maybe I'll make some mug rugs or whatever, but I just love them. There's no reason not to have them. No reason at all. This is a Japanese fabric. This one here, I bought some Japanese fabrics one time. So there you go. So good. And it's a text print and they're thin. And fine weave. It's kind of like the art gallery base fabrics if you worked with art gallery fabrics. Here's one with a library, like the bookshelves, and here's one with keyholes. Look at that, keyholes and matcha, oolong, yerba, chai, English breakfast tea. That is so cute. I forgot about that piece. Okay, all right, so let me just get these because there are different teals. Look at this. This is green teal and this is blue teal. So I actually want to sort these. So right now I've just been pulling them and talking about them. So what I'm going to do is sort them and then I'll show you the sorted pile. Okay, it is not fitting all in. And one of the issues is I do have the liner in here that comes with these baskets because I don't really want to move it from here because this may be temporary, who knows, it may not be temporary, but what I've got to do is sort of shove this down now, and I will have to put these in this space, you know, in here between the liner and the basket to get it all in. So what does this mean? It means I need to make a quilt with some of these fabrics because I still have a lot that I love in here and have not pared it down that much. So that's the problem. Now this guy is not fitting there, so he's just going to go down. Whoops, there you go. So I'm just going to have to put him kind of in the middle here between. So it's not ideal, but it is it is all in here. So there we go. Now that will go down here under this table where I showed you before. And then the red one, I'll put that Halloween project in and put it on the shelf. Put it on the shelf over there. So I have that down here now, which is the teal, and then these are light blues. Dark blues are on another shelf. So there's green, and then I've got red, red, red. Imagine that. Lots of red. Okay, so then over here on this shelf, here we go. And it looks better. I am sure at one point I had all the red baskets, but somehow it got switched around. Probably there was a project that needed they're about the same size, those two baskets, but like I said, these are not hard-sided. You see, they move, and so unlike the basket, which I can't stretch it out, this is actually, I can see it. I can see it. See, it's stretched from having all that fabric in there. So now I could probably put two projects in there if I needed to. Okay, so got that done. Well, I hope if you have something you need to tidy up that you will go and handle it today, even if it's just one bin. Just doing one thing moves you forward in what you need to do. And I hope you're enjoying Christmas all year with my buddy Wendy Shepherd. This is her sew along. It's not mine, it's her quilt along, but we're making it along with her because they're just so cute. Okay, there we go. I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.